Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. The first and possibly the last one of Season 8 here in NBA 2K25, my team. This video today is meant to start a discussion, and I would really appreciate any and all comments that you guys have for me as you guys are watching this video, or once you guys are done watching this video, on whether or not you think it's worth playing salary cap this season. If you're someone who, like me, aims for 2,500 points every single round in a season. I have not had the best luck with salary cap rewards over the previous few seasons. I honestly can't tell you of any good players that I've gotten out of a salary cap reward pack in NBA 2K25, my team. But in particular, over the last 3 seasons, I've gotten Dark Matter Ray Allen as my final reward, Dark Matter DeMar DeRozan as my final reward, and then this past season, as you guys might have seen in my 100 overall pack opening on Thursday, I believe, we got 100 overall Steve Nash. And that was arguably the worst 100 overall that we could have gotten. I mean, Patrick Ewing could have at least played for me on my New York Knicks theme team. Steve Nash really has no place for me in my lineup, and it's really frustrating, especially given how many games you have to play in salary cap to get to 2,500 points in all 3 rounds in a season. I would say on average it takes me probably 55 games a season to get to that 2,500 point mark in all 3 rounds, and that's a lot of games to play over the course of a 42-day season. For me, that's over a game a day, and I don't play salary cap every day. I end up usually leaving the majority of the work to be done towards the end of a round. So I may play this game mode more casually and not shoot for the top tier prize. Now, to be clear, I don't know what the rewards are this season. Last season, obviously, at 125 points and 750 points, you ended up getting a Shatter prize piece that went towards a Dark Matter premium pack. And then at 2,500 points, you got a Shatter prize piece that went towards a 100 overall pack. And then if you wanted to play up to 5,000 points because you love playing salary cap, then you were able to technically get 1 Dark Matter player every 2 weeks, in every round, because you would get your 3rd and final Dark Matter Shatter prize piece right here at 5,000. I'm not sure if they've changed the packs that you get with, from these Shatter prize pieces to option packs for the Dark Matter and 100 overall tier. I don't know if they bumped it up to 100 overall and Invincible. That is my guess, is that you get 1 Invincible player at the end of your run, and then 3 100 overalls, or in my case, it would be 2 100 overalls. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it, and we'll talk about it in, as we progress through this video. Gotta make sure that I'm recording. Yes, we are. Good morning, YouTube. Look, let's go to the exchange. I talked about the exchange briefly in a video that I uploaded yesterday evening, but every single week, it looks like we're going to have access to a new Invincible from the exchange. And this Invincible is only going to cost you 60 gold collectibles. Now, I played a decent amount of Park yesterday, and when you hit your 3rd win in a row in Park, you get a pack that looks pretty similar to the pack that I got today for logging in, and that you guys are going to get today for logging in. When I opened this up yesterday, I got a GOAT card. If you take a look at my collection right now, this GOAT card I earned for winning 3 games in a row in Park. Now, did I high roll? Did I get very lucky? Absolutely. I'm very confident that if I were to play Park every single day for the remainder of the season, and I get to at least 3 wins in a row on each of those days, I might see, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 more of these GOAT pieces. And it's not like these GOAT pieces are insanely valuable, right? Because we can't break them down into 150k MT anymore. The quick sell method or the badge deluxe shoe and takeover pack method, those are all gone. There's no way to profit off of these in terms of making it into an MT profit. So you have to put them into the players, which I'm honestly fine with. I have enough MT. I still have more MT to work through. I gotta still quick sell a ton of collectibles. That is my main weekend objective when it comes to my time dedicated to my team. But you can see here, I already have a GOAT collectible, right? And a GOAT is the equivalent of 30 of these golds, which means from that one GOAT, I'm already halfway to Gary Payton. And I'm telling you right now, if the pack that you get for getting to 2,500 points in every round is just an invincible premium pack, more people are going to get cards like Gary Payton and Dr. J than the Victor Wembanyama's and the LeBron Jameses. And sure, yes, you have a chance, but I feel like I've played that game enough where I grind salary cap every single season for that top end reward, and I've been burned not just once or twice, but every single season that I've played it, I feel like I've low rolled and I've gotten one of the worst rewards possible. So I feel like as of right now, I'm leaning towards not playing the game mode. Now, once I find out what the rewards ultimately are, I'm going to update you guys. I'll let you know, and then maybe we can reassess as a community, or at the very least, I can just reassess on my own whether or not it's worth it. Because me personally, I would love for it to be an option pack, and preferably an option pack for an invincible for hitting 2,500 points in every single round. Because if you take a look at what we get in the park and in Showdown for hitting the max tier rewards, in Showdown, 200 wins will get you a 100 overall option pack, and then you also get a invincible player option pack. And then here with that's triple threat offline. Here with Park, you get a 3 invincible player option pack, and then on your way there, I mean, the rewards aren't like incredibly great, like a 100 overall option pack with only 3 cards in it for 400 Park wins. But I had a lot of time yesterday when I got home and I booted up the game with my buddy, shout out De Los Muertos on Reddit rather, and we grinded out 20 wins in Park, which was really easy. And it looks like you get a Galaxy Opal now out of the park as well. We will be opening up that Galaxy Opal pack as well. Why don't we open this up real quick? Because we're going to more than likely just get a gold card, is my guess. Let's see. Okay, see, that was a gold card. That's what I thought I was going to get out of my pack for winning 3 in a row yesterday, but we ended up getting the GOAT piece. One thing I want to know, and this is kind of a tangent that has not a lot to do with salary cap. We can turn our week 1 gold cards into this GOAT piece, right? If I were to turn all of my golds, let's say for the rest of this week, all of them into GOAT cards, and then next Friday, once we get the new festival, GOAT Festival week 2, can I take the GOAT piece I have and then turn it into 30 golds for week 2? Because if that's the case, if you can use this exchange as a way to turn your week 1 golds into week 2 golds, that could be a way that you could grind ahead of time to get next week's invincible if you like it, right? Gary Payton, I'm not too crazy about getting, but if we could use this method to get golds ahead of time for next week, that could be a really good way for you to save time and prevent yourself from having to grind a ton next week for an invincible card that you really want. You could grind this week for the cards you want next week, if that makes sense. Also, there really isn't a ton of players that I want to touch on in the exchange this week for salary cap, because the lowest tier is Dark Matter, and I mean, we'll have to see. I think the salary is going to go up, our salary cap rather, is going to go up in 2 weeks, because as of right now, as you can see, the salary cap is still 30,000. So this was the lineup that I ended up going 14-3 with in round 3 last season. I really enjoyed running with this lineup. This starting 5 was incredible for me. My only gripe was with the shooting guard position. I was just not shooting the ball very well on Tuesday and on Thursday, or whenever it was that I played last week. So I was alternating between Pink Diamond Julius Erving, Pink Diamond Robert Covington, and Pink Diamond Jabari Smith. But all 3 of those cards are obviously elite at the shooting guard position. And you can see the only change salary-wise of significance made to my team is Diamond Pokuševski being 4,000 salary instead of 2,000, which we can easily fix. I'll bring in one of my other favorite diamonds to run in salary cap, and that is Larry Sanders. Elite defensively and a really fast jumper. He's kind of like a skinnier version of Desanya Diop, in my opinion. Really good card. And just like that, I mean, yes, we can mess around with the bench a little bit more, but right now our 11th, 12th, and 13th men are only eating 1100 salary, and that's basically what, 500 additional salary than normal. I can't use that 500 salary for anything else unless there's like a pink diamond I want to run for 5500 salary, but that's just not going to be the case. You know, these sets that we get every week also are now going to feature dark matter and above, which, you know, again, depending on what they raise the salary cap to in a couple of weeks, there really isn't a lot that I would want to do with the cards in this set. But maybe in a couple of weeks, if they bump our salary cap up to 35k, then we can talk about cards like one of my salary cap goats all year, because I used his Ruby from NBA Storylines, I used his Amethyst from Radioactive, I want to say, and that is Tumani Kamara, who got a dark matter card from the Breeze set. I actually sniped him yesterday for like 2k MT, which is really nice, even though I think right now, I think all these cards are going for like 4k, so that wasn't really that good of a snipe at all. But I would say try to get these dark matters every week if you can. They're going to be dirt cheap, and they're probably all going to be minned out at 10,000 salary. So if there's one that you really like shooting with, or you just play really well with that card, I would say naturally add that card to your team and try to build around him, especially if they keep some of these higher tier cards more expensive. Yao Ming, for example, I had built this lineup to work around him, and it worked as of last week, and no player in this team had their salaries change outside of Yao Ming, who saw his salary go up from 14,500, or from I think it was from 14,500 up to 18,500. So then did someone else's salary change? Maybe not. Maybe Yao Ming was at 14k. I thought 100s minned out at 14,500, but regardless, Yao Ming at 18,500, I don't think it's smart to bring in a card like this unless you're absolutely elite with Yao Ming. I love using Yao Ming. He plays very well for me, but I just don't think, based on my play style, if I were to play a lot of salary cap this season, it would be smart for me to bring in one player that's eating up nearly 2/3 of my team's salary cap allotment. So, all right, with that being said, we have a couple of packs to open up here, and I want to open them up really quickly. We have 4 packs. We have these 3, and then we have a dark matter option pack that we get for level 4, I want to say. You get a duplicate diamond. Del Curry, did not know I had this card already. Okay, we'll play sell for 1,000. Dark matter dupes also don't shake now, which is pretty interesting. I kind of like that. We get a brand new pink diamond. That's cool. But yeah, if you made it to this point in the video, first of all, shout out to you. I appreciate you. I'm really curious to know where you guys stand on playing salary cap this upcoming season. Miles Turner, who is this? Oh, Mel Daniels. Yeah, that's why I don't have him. He's a freaking heroic card. I just don't know if it's worth it, man. I really don't. I feel like I'd much rather just play in the park. I enjoy playing the park co-op a decent amount, as we get one of the first opals we ever got unauctionable right here in Alperen Şengün. I had to make sure that he was unauctionable. He was. Here we go, man. Dark matter option pack. Why am I looking in challenges? Can you tell I've not had my coffee yet this morning? Here we go. Hopefully we get something decent out of here. I don't even know who I'd want out of this, man. Just give me someone I could use. Oh, we get Josh Smith. I'll take Josh Smith. That's actually not a bad pack. Yes, I know this card's old news, but I don't have him. So I will gladly take a Josh Smith. That'll be a fun small forward to include in my lineup. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Very cool. All right, good. And we did what was most important to me, which was, well, I had 2 things I wanted to get done today before I headed out for whatever I got to get done today. One, I wanted to make this video. I wanted to ask you guys where you stand on salary cap and share my take on where I stand in salary cap as of, what, we're 24 hours, maybe like 21 hours, I guess, into Season 8. And then 2, I really wanted to clear out those unopened packs because I got to start working through all these diamond collectibles. I got to start quick selling a bunch of them. I think we'd be maybe sitting close to 5.5 million MT, if not more. And then we got to figure out what we're going to spend it on. If it's going to be a player or if I'm going to be a dumbass and open up packs. So we'll see. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. And once again, for the final time, please let me know in the comments down below. I am looking for opinions. I'm looking for reasons to play this game mode or reasons to validate my current stance of not playing this game mode all that much here in Season 8. Enjoy your weekends. I'm sure I'll upload another video at some point later on this weekend. But until then, I'm out. Peace.